functional trainer, April Emmers. She's going to break down some very basic functional moves for us. They're going to be the foundation to which we work towards building up our exercise routine. But without these fundamental movements, we will not be able to build upon them so that our exercise routine can take us to that next level. So April, what is our first movement of today?
So today we're going to start with the squat. You use the squat in all forms of life, whether you're exercising, doing things around the house, getting out of your car, standing up from a chair, all that is a squat. So it is the most important functional movement that we can start with, especially if you want to build upon it later in any kind of exercise regimen. So we're going to start with the squat with Crystal. So we're going to have her start with her feet about shoulder width apart. You may be able to go a little bit wider if you feel like you need a little bit more of a base. But traditionally we just start with shoulder width apart. She can have her hands out in front of her if she would like as more of a counterbalance, or if she feels comfortable, she can also place them kind of directly in front of her chest. She likes that movement a little bit better than the arms out in front. It just gives her a little bit more stability, and she also can engage her core. So from here, we want her to really engage her glutes. It's a very important muscle that is underdeveloped and underused in a lot of people, and so we want to focus on that. That's the main focus of the squat, is utilizing your glutes to help you. Glutes and hamstrings are going to be your best friend in this exercise. Quads are always very strong on a lot of people in general, so you don't really have to worry about your quads failing you. Usually when people can't do a squat, it's because they can't get that glute and hamstring connection going on. So in order to do that, we want her to drive her weight through her heels and sit back and make a nice line that goes down towards the floor. Beautiful. Then when she comes up, she pushes the floor as hard as she can through her heels, which will allow her glutes to activate and pull her back to standing, or push her back to standing. So we're gonna go again. We want the knees to be in line with the toes and make sure that they don't track over the toes and cause discomfort in the knee joint.
Would you like me to do it incorrectly?
Yes.
Okay.
So in that one you can see, and even here, that when her knees went past her toes, she had a pop, and she may have even had a little bit discomfort in her joints and possibly up into the quads.
I felt all my weight shift forward, and I lost my stability, and I immediately wanted to push up faster.
Right.
I didn't want to hold it.
Right. There are some squat variations that do allow you to go across your toes to really dig into the quads, but that's more of an advanced movement and a movement that only should be done once you've mastered the basic squat, or if you're around a trainer. So let's do a couple more. We also want to make sure that the knees don't go out too far, but also don't come in. A lot of people tend to track inward with their knees, and we want to make sure that everything is in a straight, nice line. So she's going to do a couple from the facing the front.
I'll show you one that brings the knees in.
Yes.
Okay. So if I were doing an improper squat where my knees track inwards.
So you would see that the space between her legs narrows. We don't want that. We either want it to actually widen a little bit or stay consistent as she goes down.
That's a consistent. And then if I go wide, I have a lot more room down in here. But then I definitely feel all the pressure on the outside of the leg and not through the bulk of the muscle.
And that's a little bit too much. So you want a happy medium, not too wide, not too narrow, for the basic functional squat. We will get into more different variations that will change some things, but for the main purpose of today, we want to focus on just a functional squat, keeping the chest up. She should be able to see me at all times as she's squatting. Good. Now, if you have trouble doing the basic standard squat, there are ways that we can modify to get you to start using those muscles, and then when you feel comfortable, take it back up to the traditional squat.
So how do we modify?
So we're going to modify by using a chair. Okay, so what I'm going to have Crystal do is I'm going to have her sit in the chair, and I'm going to get So she already kind of naturally went towards the edge of the chair, so she's used to me probably modifying and seeing me do this with other clients, so good for her. But if she didn't know that, I would say you want to come probably about a third, 3/4 off the chair, maybe a little further back, a little further. Yeah, good. So you want to feel stable. You know, if you feel like this is too much, then you can scoot back into the chair more. It's really what your comfort level is at this point, so you can focus. So again, her feet will be shoulder width apart. She wants to kind of take her knees out. They are a little bit narrow at the moment. Good. Now, for her, most people tend to kind of want to do like a lean to help propel them up, and we don't want that when we're using the chair. If we really want to focus on engaging the glutes and the hamstrings again, then we have to push through that floor and stand straight up from the chair. Good. Back down. So, come all the way back down. Good. So I actually want you to sit on the chair.
Oh, okay.
Sit down. Yep. Take a deep breath. Come back up. Sit down. Pause. Push through. Come back up. So you can take your time. You don't have to feel like you have to come immediately back up from the chair. Sit down, reset, reassess, focus on what you need to engage, and then stand up. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah, and form is so important in making sure that you get the muscle development that you want. That's April's specialty, is making sure that no matter how small the movement might feel to you, the muscle is engaging properly and you're getting the maximum benefit for your effort. So, see you later, guys.